Save. There we go.
All right.
Hopefully that looks better now.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like we've got two highway connections once we expand from Zardville.
Yeah, I'll go over that just for everybody's sake in just a
Yeah.
second. I don't know if you've been able to read what has been going on our server beforehand. We are now live, and welcome everybody. That is at this point. Hey Harley, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to
All
the
right.
show.
I'll go ahead and
We
join
are.
the. Sorry.
Oh,
Go on.
no, that's okay. I was gonna say we are live with. I have one of my teammates here, Condago. He is
Hello.
going to. Yes, sir. He's going to be building at other times on the same team as me. But we decided to, get him mic'd up and get him on here so that he can be part of this as well. This is Czardonia, so this is our third iteration of our community build on Zardis' server. It is not a coincidence that Czardonia is very similar to Zardis because it is the namesake. And then, as you can see, our first little district here is going to be named Zardaville, or however you want to pronounce that. Now, give me just another second, and I will start going here. But let's make sure that everything's announced
All right.
properly.
So I pulled up the video just so I could read chat, see if anyone wanted to say anything.
Yeah, that's cool. You read if you see somebody post something, you could read it to me. That way, I can
All
focus on
right.
the game. Also, let me let me post this in the Discord server real quick. Um, Here it is. There's a little. And go to Discord, and I'm going to post this in Czardonia General. Okay. Now let me go back to the YouTube. Hello, Scott. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
So just as a, I don't know if you heard this earlier, Scott. We have Condago as the disembodied voice, or the other disembodied voice, really, because I don't have my picture up.
Hello. Hello.
Um,
Hello.
so this is Zardaville. This is our first round area for Team 1. Hillshire Farms will be our second round, and then Le Sabat District will be our third because it looks like a shoe. If you look at it from this angle, that's where that
Yep.
came from. Okay, and then of course, Team 2 will have this as their first, Elizabethshire as their second, and Aeolian Island as their
Hello, Scott.
third. And random voice on my ears. And yeah, so they are right now working on doing some sort of. Scott, since I got this up, are you talking about doing a road like from Elizabethshire through here to this road so that it can connect to Deep Lakeside? Is that what you mean by the Valley Road, or do you mean going like up this valley or something like that over? That would be one, and that would be two. Okay. Well, that's going on. So I did talk to um, XO Scott L on this chat here. He is the other moderator for this. I am one of the moderators, but I also am on Team 1. Right now, Scott and I are the mayors of our respective teams, though we will be holding elections for our teams in a week so that somebody else can become mayor. We will maintain our role as moderators, but then the mayors can really focus on the building. To the south of round 3.
All right.
I guess down over here, like this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's talking about?
Um, I South and no, the Valley Highway to the south of Round
So
3,
this
south
would
and
be north.
east. Yeah.
So I
So
guess there's this highway. Oh, I guess he's just trying to
yeah.
connect to that, maybe.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I could
If
see
that's what
that.
he's trying to say.
And then you already got to get exchange there, so you don't have to do all the extra exchange. You just got to do a couple bridges here. I don't know. It might make sense to go along there, but either way, it doesn't matter to me. It's whatever their team wants, more or less. But
Mhm.
I have to check with him if I'm going to draw outside of our district lines, any roads or rail or anything like that, and he has to do the same with me for their side. That way, we can make sure that nobody's going too willy nilly out of check. Give a little bit of checks and balances there. But at the same time, since we're going to be having some disembodied, if you will, zones, we have a way to connect to those zones collaboratively within our teams without, going too far outside the rules as far as we do really need to stay within our districts when we are building on our rounds,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
Scott,
does
I
make
am.
sense.
If you're talking about building one or two bridges through over to Aeolian Island and then over to this mainland here and to that is just fine with me. Also, if you were talking about doing one that's going this way and then matching up with this existing highway here, that excuse me, that one is also just fine with me. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Discord, and I'm sorry, Kondaga, there's not a lot for you to say
Yeah.
just yet because I'm getting everything introduced. But I'm gonna pull up a picture real quick, a couple pictures. So we have two pictures. One from Bryson, who is one of our city planners. He's not able to join us right now, but um,
Unfortunately.
he he did give us some directions on what he thinks, and so did Nuki Duke. He was able to talk. I don't know if he'll be able to make it onto the stream or not, but let's see if I can bring this over to show everybody um, this view right here.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so I kind of sketched this out. So the whole idea here, and we are going to change it a little bit from what I have in the sketch based on the feedback from my planners on my team. But this area right here, we're going to sink this down and make it a sunken highway. And we're going to continue that sunken highway through here. And I got approval from Exo Hunter Scott on the chat to be able to do so. Then we're going to probably put in a couple of major avenues here and here. And that's going to stay more or less the same. And we'll bridge over that sunken highway as well as over this rail. Now, we're not going to be able to do it yet, and I won't go outside the bounds of the districts except for with that highway. But we'll also do on and off ramps here in the blue, and we won't be able to continue that on over quite yet. But then we'll also, come round 3, we'll probably put in some more industry over here, and we'll put in a cargo district. I'm sorry, a cargo depot right there.
Mhm.
And then this will be, I think, where we'll have our power and water. We have some really nice new assets to be able to do that. Hey, Painted Heptagon,
Hello.
welcome to the stream. The other disembodied voice is, of course, Kondago,
How you doing?
another member on my team. And so yeah, that's the plan. As far as the zoning goes, this is my suggestion. I think Bryson suggested that we move the offices closer to over here. Let me make sure I read that correct. That was one of the last things he said. Yeah, since the offices would induce more traffic. Yeah. So
Mhm.
what he was saying is, we'll move the offices more to this intersection rather than putting them over here, and I think that is not a bad idea. So I'm not going to go through all of it because I want to leave a little bit to be done for the other builders on the team. This round we have from 2 p.m. on Saturday, which was 13 minutes ago, until the same time on Tuesday to do our turn, and we'll have that every week at the same time, more or less.
So we're going off of Eastern time,
Central, U.S.
Central.
Central time zone.
Okay, just making
That
sure.
is, yes, sir. And the reason for that is that Zardis are um, keeper of the Sims and breaker of, or keeper of the Discord, all that stuff. The maker of videos. He is in Chicago, I believe, and that
Mm,
is in Central Time Zone. It works out fine with me because I'm in Texas, and that's also Central Time Zone. So it's just the time is the time for me, but for others, you have to convert. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. What do you think I should do first, Condago?
I think we should start with the highway first as a focal point because we should really build out away from the highway because what seems to happen sometimes with some cities is they start with their planning first and they don't account for the highway. So I think starting with the highway would be a good starting point.
Yes, sir. Okay, so um, I concur with that. By the way, um, now are you gonna when are you planning on being able to build
Um,
doing this?
I'm gonna take a later time, one a time that not usually most people would take, like say 10, 11 p.m. Because in my time I'm 5 hours behind Central, so I could most likely take those times. So I'm
5 hours.
thinking
Where are
7
you
or
at,
8.
if you don't mind me asking?
Um, an island in the Pacific Ocean.
Really?
Yes, that is
That's
where I'm
cool.
at. Yeah.
Or is it?
Mm,
Sounds cool.
yeah. I mean, it's a nice island. It's part of a nice island chain.
It keeps. Seems like it's keeping the grass a lot longer with that because there's a special map style for this map, so the grass
Mhm.
is keeping longer. I'm used to seeing dirt by now, which
Yeah,
is fine. I don't mind that,
that's cool.
but it's harder for me to tell how far down I've gone. I'm gonna just draw a road real quick, um, straight across, so that I can get a sense of how high this should be. Okay, I'll delete this road later.
So I have set myself for 10 to 11 p.m. today.
Oh,
So I
okay,
can
cool.
keep my eye on, so 5 to 6 o'clock my time. Hopefully I won't be too busy by that point.
Hopefully,
It
but
is
no, that's
Saturday after all.
it is. No, that sounds perfect.
Mm.
So, what things do you like to build? What should I make sure to leave for you so that you're not just like, what do I do?
Um, I'm usually I usually like to build the bigger intersections, but I'm still trying to learn how to do this game despite having 300 hours. This game is
Well,
still a learning
you know
curve.
what? Watching people like Painted Heptagon do uh, the public transportation in Discover, the last build. That honestly was pretty impressive what he's done there, and not just him, others. But I learned quite a bit about how to do that, and in Czardonia, I learned a little bit about how to maximize the use of the cargo rail for your city. I had previous to that not really been using it to get anything to commercial. I was only putting it near my industrial, not realizing how beneficial it could be for my commercial districts. So, oh, I see. It does have. It did bring the rocks in. Okay, so what do we think about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe we could just start with the basic road layout our residential and commercial, especially our residential, because that's where we'll really be starting. Because without any residential, you can't have any workplaces.
Yes. Well, should I finish the highway here, like we were talking about, or should
Um,
I wait on that?
um, I don't know. I mean, I guess might as well. It's halfway
Yeah,
there already.
I'll go ahead and finish that. But
Okay.
my plan is, and you tell me if you think different, is instead of sticking with the 3 lanes, I was going to go down to 2 lanes each way. But then I was also going to, so it'll look something. I'll show as well as talk.
Hmm.
It was going to look something. I don't know if I should just plop
That's
it all
funny,
together
Harley.
there. Everyone is, yeah. It's like, which island is it? It's a mystery.
Yes, it is a mystery.
I'm wondering. I gotta be honest. I do want to know, but we
Maybe
also
one day you'll
understand.
find out.
One day, okay. I'll look forward to
One
that
day I
day.
might. Yeah, it's it's a
And
really nice
I'll
island, but
make
it's
that look
also
a lot better in a second here.
yeah.
But the whole idea will be then when we do our off ramps, we'll stick those right here.
Hmm. Yeah, that'll look really good because it'll look like a lane is being taken off because of the off ramp, which is usually how it works.
Well, I mean, it doesn't always happen that way, but in this case, it
Sometimes
will.
it does. Yeah.
And then when we bring them, we'll bring them back about right here, and then they can go back to 3 lanes right there. And obviously,
So,
the bridging and all that stuff right here with the train will be a more appropriate.
are we gonna go
That's
with like
this.
a European style city or American?
Well, I believe this is a base European style map, so I don't know that we have much of a choice with that.
All right, I'll start looking at like smaller European cities. Start
Okay.
looking at some smaller like French or English cities.
Now, what is your opinion on putting in leaving these cliffs here, or putting in walls and making it a really nice tight thing, or leaving it nice and wide and just letting the earthwork be what it is, so to speak?
Um, if you have like a super urban city, then it would look really nice. But right now, I don't think it's necessary because we don't really have a big city.
Okay, so maybe add it in later if this
Yeah,
become.
add it
Is the
in
whole
later.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
Yeah, so what Bryson was suggesting is that this area here will become our downtown, now our
Mm,
central business district, if you will. Now that doesn't mean that Team Two won't have their own somewhere over here or wherever they
yeah,
choose, or they might not. They might, as Exo's team did last time with Billy Button Ben, be the suburbs, if you will. Uh,
yeah.
so
And
with
I'm
Painted
looking at a lot of
Heptagon,
English.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, that's fine. With Painted Heptagon on their team, I'm not so sure that they'll stick with suburbs because he's pretty good at the urban stuff. So it'll be
Hmm.
interesting which one's out there. Okay, so I'm just gonna adjust these and start making this look a little bit better. There we go.
Yeah, and that's usually how like I'm looking at most like I'm looking Manchester, Oxford, Birmingham, and that's
Mm-hmm.
usually they have like a nice big old ring around like their main area.
Yeah.
And London, I don't even know what's going on there.
Well,
It is.
it was probably most of those roads were designed at a time when people were just walking or using horses. So.
Yeah, all the motorways were like they had a whole ringway scheme back in the
Mm-hmm.
60s.
Really?
Interestingly enough, they were proposing like four motorways to go around London, but now there's only one, and the other three have been like they combined two of them to make the M25, and then all the other ones are just bad. It's just yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's a really really old city, so it's not really built for the car.
Yeah.
Plymouth.
Unlike Houston, which is Seems
Mm-hmm.
like it. The only thing that matters there is the car, which is the city
Yeah,
I
I've
grew up
been
in.
there. Yeah, I've
Have
been
you?
there multiple times before because I used to live in Louisiana before here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Houston's just a couple hours.
yeah. I've been down in New Orleans. Now that place is amazing, but it's not. It's all on just one area. Of course, it's been a very long while since I've been to New Orleans because I didn't even go there when I lived in Louisiana. We went there after leaving a vacation from Florida.
I went there, and actually, I used to do trade shows where I would sell things at a booth, and
Mm-hmm.
I had a booth in the Superdome at a trade show there. So I was like, I stayed at a Airbnb across the river from the Superdome, right there, with like basically in the shadow of the big bridge there. And then we would go across the bridge over to the Superdome every day and do our job. It's kind of
That
interesting.
sounds amazing. Or
Well,
very
let's.
noisy.
Well, it was we were working hard the whole time, so
Yeah.
it wasn't necessarily vacationy and touristy. We did go to Bubblegum Shrimp Company, but that's about all we were able to really do. And we drove across Bourbon Street once, which was like crossing a river, a torrential river of people, drunk people, no
Mm-hmm.
less. That was not
Yes.
actually too fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have been fun if we were one of the drunk people, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't get drunk very often, so
I mean, to each their own.
yeah, no,
So,
I'm not judging. I'm just
yeah.
telling it.
And I've been down to I've been to Lake Charles more than any city because,
Mm-hmm.
it's right down where like you just took one road all the way down to Lake Charles and then boom, you're on Interstate 10. So, we go all the way down to Lake Charles and then head to Houston through Interstate 10 and goodness gracious the traffic.
Yeah,
Especially going through Beaumont. Goodness.
yeah.
Although
So go ahead.
I've driven down the like from Lake Charles all the way to San Diego. That was a really nice drive because I have grandparents in San Diego, so my family decided that we were going to go vacation there. Last year, I think it was, or the year before, back in 2017. Trying to remember,
Yeah.
but yeah, we took the entire Interstate 10. It took us a day to get from San Antonio all the way to El Paso.
Yeah, El Paso's closer to the California coast than it is to the Louisiana border with Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, um, I think where I live in Lubbock now, so
Yeah.
it's probably about an hour away from the the western border of Texas on the Panhandle. Roswell,
Yeah.
New Mexico is the closest big New Mexico city. I mean, you got Clovis and a
Yeah.
couple other ones that are on the border, but Roswell's probably the most well known.
Because it's the alien city.
Yeah, well, and I've met a couple.
Seen some
No,
aliens?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
freaky people. No,
All right.
no, but
Yeah, I've been to Dallas.
I've been there once. Roswell, that is.
Hmm.
It's just a town, and it just they have a little bit more space, flying saucer theme stuff
Yeah,
going on. That rock is. You see that rock? It's kind of just
yeah.
floating there, just having a good old time.
Yeah, it's just defying the laws of physics
Yeah, it looks like it's a quantum rock because it can either be there or
or not.
not there, depending on how you look at it. The wave function has not collapsed yet.
Yeah,
Okay, let us work on this
just looked
rail
like
here.
that is a nice highway though. Did very good on
Oh,
that.
thank you.
We don't have track unlocked.
Right, so I'm going to unlock it by placing this, even though we can't have that yet, and I'm just going to delete
Yeah,
it. but
Yeah,
that
I
way
mean, I don't
we
think
can
anyone would mind.
mess with this rail.
Harley said, talking about UFOs flying rock.
Yeah, that's what got us talking.
What if that flying rock is a UFO?
That's what we get for talking about Roswell.
Maybe that
That's
rock is
right.
it is its final quantum leap, or it's its final
Well,
leap.
you just assume it was random, but no, it was actually the aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens,
Yeah, I
but it's
mean,
aliens.
start playing the X Files theme. Get the History Channel in here.
You know,
Hello,
to do
Carter.
some really grade A quality reporting.
Mm-hmm.
Oy vey. Okay.
Tell you what, the traffic in Dallas is horrible. I do not like it at all.
Yeah, no, I've driven through Dallas plenty of times as well. I go back to Houston from Lubbock
Mm,
at least 3 times a year, if not 4 or 5.
yeah.
That's about 8.5 hour drive at 80 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. I love those roads.
Which ones?
Like the ones that let you go 80.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
It's
I
the
I
one.
guess I'm from Texas, so it's like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
I
any of
mean,
them.
not used to that because, I mean, like I said, I've kind of been everywhere around the country.
Are you in the military or something?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
I
I've
gotta be
lived,
sly about it. I see how it is.
I was born in Louisville, and then we moved from Louisville to Oklahoma. So,
Yeah. So you
Louisville,
sound like an army brat. If you're not in, then maybe your dad or mom.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm exposing. Sorry,
Okay.
everyone.
Oh, that's fun. Um, let's do it. When I go over a road like this with these rails, what I like to do is I like to use these. Here, let me get it proper.
That light
I
post
like
is
to
kind of.
use those because A, it looks more sturdy, but B,
Hmm.
it also gives you more clearance underneath it. Because if you use the other one, then it pops
Yeah,
that
got that
um,
little
uh,
truss under there.
the
Yeah,
truss.
that
That's
would
the word I
feel
was
a
looking
lot
for.
better.
So
Oh, there goes a train.
good thing I got that bridge up in time.
Hmm.
Would have had a little
Train's like, you know
derailment.
what? Hello. Yeah.
So, hello to everybody that's on there, by the way. Zardis and Painted and
Sorry, we've been kind of
Scott once
focused.
again. Okay, so I think I'm done with that for now. I don't know. Should I do a more gradual? I think that's gradual
Um.
enough. That looks
Yeah,
good to
I
me.
think that's good. They're
Plausible
talking about
deniability.
so they're talking about something that's not a no or something, and then Scott said it's a plausible deniability. That
Okay,
is,
and then I'm just gonna take these and like make it even with the tree. There we
sir. I need to ask you to leave because of that joke earlier. That's what Harley said.
go.
Goodness, tough crowd, huh?
Whoa.
Ouch.
Yeah. Harley, be nice.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely like. I definitely want to go back to Oklahoma though because I really like Oklahoma.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which part of Oklahoma were you at? Were you like near Oklahoma
Um,
City?
I was in the southern part, about only an hour away from Wichita Falls.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I've driven through there a lot of times going up to Kansas City from Lubbock. You go over to Wichita Falls and then you head
Oh, don't
north.
go, Scott.
What?
Scott, don't leave. Stay, Scott.
Oh, I think he's gonna go do his own stream when, and then everybody's gonna pile out of mine.
All
Go
right.
watch his because he's got more entertaining people. But no,
All
yeah,
right.
he's. I think he's gonna go do his own stream and you know, watch it for like 5 seconds and come back. Yeah,
All
yeah. I
right.
want to promote him, but not too much.
Door closes in background. Screams of pain and anger.
Ah!
Goodness.
Okay, so we're gonna do the avenues now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I mean, you need to establish your main roads. Because I mean, this is a real problem that I run into when starting a new city that I don't have on lock all. Is like my roads will be too small for what I want to do, and by the
Mm.
time I get the good roads, it's already
Yeah.
like, oh no, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you gotta
So
you gotta think ahead.
either
Definitely.
take out half your population or deal with really bad traffic.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this back over here. I don't want it on top of everybody, but I want to look at the screenshots. See if I can be somewhat faithful to them. So I'm not watching chat. So Condago, I need you to watch chat for me. Okay.
All right, if
All right.
anyone.
So should we? Which avenue should I use? You think should we use trees, just grass,
Oh,
regular? Should we go for um, bicycle lanes? What do you think?
um, I don't know.
Go ahead and pop some
Scott said
trams up
no,
in there.
no stream sick, so I'm keeping an eye. I think some trams would be good for to start a mass transit. Please note he hates watching chat. Lol.
What's that?
Also, Harley said snap the population. Snap the population. I guess that was talking about the roads.
Thanos.
Mm, I guess you could say I am inevitable. But yeah, I think having some tram networks would really help.
Okay. Well, um, what should
If
we
we
do
don't,
for the
we
avenues
don't
that
get.
aren't gonna have trams? 'Cause I don't think we should just willy nilly throw trams all
Um,
around until we got.
yeah, I think we should just have one avenue going like north, south, or east or west with trams. So I think for regular avenues, I mean, do we want parallel parking? That's the most important question.
I'm a big fan
Because if
of
we
having
don't,
parallel parking, particularly in a European style. But um,
yeah,
that's
I've never
me.
really built in a European style. I've always built it in American style. It's not a real tram network if it's not an
It's not a
elevated
real
tram.
tram network if it's not an elevated tram.
That is true, Scott. I channeled the X.
I think he
Indeed.
possessed you for a second there, Scott. You
Hmm.
okay, buddy?
I
Okay,
don't
so I
know.
think what. Go ahead.
I don't know.
I think looking at the photo here, the way it's going to go down is
Where's the
right
screenshot?
about here. It's, I guess it's going to come in at maybe a more tighter angle than I originally envisioned. But it's going to come in here and then curve about on a trajectory to go over this, to bridge over the river at this little islet, or whatever you'd call it, islet. Right? So I guess I'll start right here. We want to be attached to the ground, I'm thinking.
Scott just said, someday I will teach you those neutral gender terms, Chris. You got to set
Yes.
your ground, by the way.
What?
You got to set
Oh,
your
I'm
ground.
not going to go over the river right now, because yeah, I'm not going to go over the river right now because I don't have the district area to do so, and I had only reason I went
Yeah.
out of bounds here is because I had specifically asked for and gotten permission from the other moderator, Exo Scott. And as far as general neutral terms, I certainly wish to respect those who wish to be gender neutral, referred to in a general neutral tone. It is a very difficult thing for me to remember offhand,
Mm-hmm.
and that is my shortcoming. I'll grant you. So you just got to keep reminding me, buddy. So that's all I got to say. I'm not trying to be a dick. I just happen to be one.
That's how the world works. Negative
Indeed.
500 points for Hufflepuff Team 1.
Hufflepuff.
Uh,
What's that?
it's a Harry Potter reference, I think.
Oh, okay. I've never really watched Harry Potter.
Uh,
I follow.
I've watched the movies. I never read the books, but it's it's a it's a series. It's a
Yeah.
thing.
Well, my wife has the whole book series and has read them all. I just haven't.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, if you hear my bird, I apologize.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's like sounds like somebody's got a bird,
Yeah,
which is cool.
that's my cockatiel in his cage over there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna go on a trajectory out that way. And I put these trees in for myself. I'll
Hmm.
probably delete them before, or I guess I could leave them up for other people. But I don't necessarily want that to be part of the map, part of our thing. I just wanted to be able to see what my boundaries were while I was
Yeah,
working. So
and that makes
those are like pencil lines that you'll erase later when you're sketching.
sense.
So that's our first one.
Bird, if you could calm down, please.
Like
He's
you're kind of interrupting something important.
he's going. I don't know what is he doing.
And then I guess the other one I have going this way and then curving around
Mhm.
up that way and to that direction.
I
And it
remember
does
when
go
I
over.
trees like that, it looked like a Darth Vader mask.
Yes, Exo's Darth Vader town.
Mm.
So I don't know
Okay.
about you. Some people they'll just put the curve on and they'll just like build a big curve like that. But in my experience, I have found that that doesn't typically happen in real life. You're just going to have a straight and you'll have a curve and then you'll have another straight.
Hmm. Right. Painted is gonna go do some Forza racing. Good
All
luck
right,
on.
see you later, Paint It. Enjoy your racing, buddy.
Hmm. I actually have a racing wheel, but I don't have any racing games, unfortunately.
Huh.
I do have
Yeah,
simulator games though,
I
so I
do
enjoy
have
them.
several racing games, but no wheel. So
Racing games are fun.
yeah, it has been a long time since I've really played a racing game. I'll be honest.
Yeah, same for me too. The last racing game I remember playing was like um Forza Motorsport 4. That's an old one now. I remember when that game was like,
Oh, that's considered old now.
yeah, it's
That's the last one I really played too.
yeah.
Back when it wasn't, I guess, so old
That would be pretty cool too, Scott,
to be
having a
full.
whole control setup for planes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, people. The thing I've seen is less for planes, but I've seen people do a lot of custom setups for Kerbal Space Program,
Mm-hmm.
and that obviously works for planes as well. You get a joystick and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, uh,
My brother had a joystick. I remember having a joystick whenever, but my brother, he took it because it was his.
this is when EXO would talk about phrasing. I think
I think so. I haven't been with EXO at all.
phrasing. So he says that whenever there's a double entendre, basically, or potential double entendre. So what do we think?
Those look really nice, except for that one bit of terrain that's annoying me. That little tag, like at
Ooh,
the end of
where?
the ramps when it meets the highway. Oh
What
no!
little tag? I don't.
Oh, okay. Guess it fixed itself. It was like a little just jut of land. It was weird. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice it. I don't think.
Hmm.
But it's fixed now. That's good.
Yeah, it looks good.
We're all good. Okay.
Oh,
Now Zarda's just or somebody just posted on the Zarda server, but I couldn't see what they had to say.
yeah. I don't see anything on the Zarda server other than Jack welcoming the new person who joined.
It could have been a private
Oh,
comment
hello there,
in one
Jack.
of the things that you're not
Good morning.
privy to.
Still morning for me.
Wait, that's not right. What I just did is wrong.
Oh yeah, you need to switch that direction.
No, you just get off right there like that. You just U-turn right there, right?
There you go.
The game would make it happen. You know
Yeah,
it would.
the game sometimes can be weird.
Okay, so now my original intention is to have the high these lines here continue on till you intersect with this avenue here, and then go back on. But should I go ahead and put on ramps back on for now, and then
Yeah,
change that later when we do round 3?
yeah, I think you should. I think that would be a good thing to do because unless you want people U-turning on that road a lot, well, and then people can't get out of the city. They can only go in. Well, they can get out, but wouldn't really be that good.
No, that looks fantastic, doesn't it?
This artist is saying that he'd like to see 24/7 streams of the community.
Wow,
I don't know what that was. Goodness.
that was me hiccuping right when I clicked the button to land it, and so I hiccuped off of the node.
Mm. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Ooh, yeah. Let's fix that real quick. That doesn't.
So, uh, for those that want to learn a little bit, I'm sure a lot of you already know, but what I'm going to do is I'm basically using this level alignment tool, but I'm using a keyboard shortcut. Now, some of these shortcuts I have custom done myself, and it's really easy to do the custom. You just go to options here, and you're going to go to your move it mod, which is right here, and then you just go to whichever thing you want. And so align slope, I have made Alt S here. For most people, it's just going to be none, but I've mapped that to Alt S for myself. And then Control H is default for align heights, and those are the two that I really use the most. So if you want to be able to do it the same way that I do it, that's how you would go about that. But anyway, so I'm going to, there we go. Click on that. There we go. I'm just going to Control H and then click a node to align it to that same node. And then I will click on, and this doesn't work in every, you can't just go too willy-nilly on like spirals and stuff, I've learned. But when you got a nice straight thing like this, you click the 3 nodes and then Alt S, or at least that command that I have mapped to Alt S. Click the first and last ones, or the top and the bottom ones, and it'll make a nice gradual slope for you.
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to learn it, but once you learn it, it's like it makes you like, oh, this is so much easier than it used to be. Because I used to, I'd sit here and I'd page it up and page it down, until it looked just right, and this is so much. It's so much less tedious. Just Alt S, click, click, and then you're done. All right. I'm taking these lights out for now. We can always add them back in if it gets too bad.
Yeah.
And then this can also be upgraded to the opposite side road to make it a DDI, even though it wouldn't be. To make it a proper DDI, you need to have a good slip lane right here, right there, and right there as well, which we could always add later. But I don't think it's necessary quite yet.
Yeah, not yet. We don't have that much traffic yet.
Well, we have no traffic right now, right?
Yeah, we have no traffic right now.
Okay.
Currently
And
losing.
so let's also go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next thing I want to do is put the power and the water in.
Yeah, I think that would be another good place to start. You want to first what you usually do when building a city, I think, is you first build your roads and then you put your utilities in and then put in your zones.
Agreed. So let's put like just a straight road here, just a regular plain old
road. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing special. It's a road.
Yeah, I think the second highway will definitely help with like making sure that nothing touches it other than. What do you think, Harley? hardly thinks he knows where I live. I live.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Hmm. Well, tell us, buddy.
Where do you think? Could be right, could be wrong. You never know. No, I do not live in the UK. I wish I did, though. I honestly wish I lived in the UK.
Yeah, my friend Lucinda, she lives in the UK. She works for the Astronomical Society. Um, yeah, she does a lot of cool stuff, and I met her through the Mars Society with my podcast that we do, Mars Talk. Okay, I'll put that in, and then I'll put like a little dirt road, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a power plant. I
Yeah.
remember going by the
Now,
power facility near San Antonio
yeah.
on I-10. So what power do we want to go green or do we want to go straight coal or oil?
So I always personally use the solar updraft tower, but this is not me. This is us. So if
Yeah.
you, since you're the one who mic'd up and caught on, and nobody else mentioned it, even though I asked about it in the team chat, you get to decide.
Um
If you're asking what my vote is solar updraft tower.
yeah.
But that's not necessarily original for me.
Oh, oh no, there goes a sneeze. No, it's not there anymore. Dang it. Um yeah, nuclear power plant would be nice, but I don't know. Yes, it would generate a lot of electricity to help us, but
We
um
don't have to worry about money, so we could do it.
yeah, and then of course also no pollution.
So here's the thing: my plan, um, if we're gonna go with like an oil or something, my plan was to put the power here, but also to put the water right here. But if we go with like an oil power plant or something like that, we got to think that it's going to have an area of pollution, and so we can't put the water right there. We're gonna have to find another
I
place for
honestly think
water.
we should go green for that area because that's going to be right by our city, and I don't think our Sims are going to enjoy having a nice big old polluting coal power plant right by them. So either nuclear or solar updraft tower. There's two people saying go nuclear.
Go nuclear, Scott. Well,
Gotten
there's also the idea that I would like to maybe go nuclear, but maybe wait till we get Hillshire Farms,
fire.
put a nuclear plant there, and then we can take out the nuclear. Then we could take out the power plant that we put over here,
Yeah,
and this can be more properly urbanized later on when we get more area.
yeah, because we'll have enough power for it.
Yeah. So I think my 2 cents, and unless you tell me otherwise, we'll stick this in for now, and knowing that we'll probably delete it later,
Yeah, I think
and
because the solar updraft tower works.
gentrify the area.
It's not like we're going to go through the day and night cycle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good amount of power for, and your Sims will have a nice, healthy green glow. Fallout.
And the irradiation will keep them shelf stable for years.
Yep, true.
All right, Patches O'Canahan. All right, there's. I'm gonna put 3 of
Those
these.
are nice.
Yeah, didn't place that last one right. That's not a
Oh,
good angle for
you're
me.
see, for road anarchy, my chirpy instead of like going to the fiery chirpy, whenever I
Uh
go
huh.
road anarchy, it just disappears. Does yours do that too?
I have Chirpy Exterminator on, so I never have
Okay.
Chirpy up there. Chirpy just doesn't exist for me.
Hospitals will be
It's dead to
barely be
me.
used.
So what do you think?
I think that looks nice
I think it's a
for
pretty good start.
utility facility, and that's for
So
both
the
networks for both sewage and water, right?
right, so you just got to connect to it, and you're done. You don't have to throw poo into the river. You don't suck anything out of the river. So unless you pollute the land around these, you're good to go.
Not me. I just heard two big booms. It's
What?
weird. I just heard like two like big booms off in the distance. I think that was me from the outside. I don't know.
Okay. Depends on where you are. Are they doing like nuclear tests out there or something?
No,
You're not at Bikini
actually not.
Island, are you?
It's a nice start. Could put a road in parking maintenance buildings, park maintenance buildings.
You're right, but
Yeah.
I think I could do this for hours and I could do the whole thing, but I want to make sure that the rest of my team has a good chance to do
Yeah.
some fun stuff. Um, do you think this is a good spot to kind of put a pin in it and hand it off to you? I guess you'll be the next person to build.
Yeah, and I'll start building over. I'll start building at around 5, I think.
Okay, so that's uh so when you say five Central Time, so that's 2 hours from now.
5 my time. Because
Oh, okay.
I put in for. Let's see here. I decided to put in for Saturday 10 p.m. and 11. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Anonymous pumpkin. What the heck?
That's just a random thing whenever you're going in there. So that's probably you.
Okay. So, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll have it
they
at.
say anonymous, and then it's raccoon, pumpkin, tiger, bear, whatever. That's just Google.
I'll be at 10 to 11 p.m. this Saturday, Central Time. That is.
Okay, 10 to 11 p.m. Central Time. So it's 3 o'clock now Central Time. So 11, 12, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 8 hours from now.
Yep.
You're not
I'm just-
streaming or anything though, so
No, I'm
you're
not
just
going to be
building.
streaming. And I'm just leaving a good chunk of the bigger, like later day of Saturday for everyone else.
Okay.
I decided to go with
So
those times because I think everyone would probably be asleep by then or something like that.
I guess what you can do is throw in like the grid.
Yeah.
And if we go by what our planners have asked, Nuki Duke specifically, is we'll do a what they call a um, my Englishing is hard for me right now. It's as hard as would say. So let me go down and reread.
So, like, are we gonna put commercial on the main avenues, or are we gonna?
Yeah, so I think leave the zoning for another person, but to just so that you kind of get an idea when you're laying out the roads for the zoning. Um, and this is a little bit different than what I had originally envisioned, because of the realities of the spacing from what I had drawn, which is fine. But what we'll do here is, I think this area is going to turn into office around this intersection here. And it could be that we like keep it on this side or keep it on that side or something. I think we should keep it on this side. Keep the
Yeah,
office area here.
'cause that'll give it the most access. Is what I'm
Make
thinking.
this residential. Make most of that residential, and all along the river here, at least over here. This can stay office on this near the
And
river.
we're allowed to build offices in the first round.
No,
Okay.
so no high density in the first round, but that doesn't mean we can't plan for it.
Yeah.
So really, the question is, I think the industrial is going to go up here, and then also it'll be
See what chat.
over on our second round. I think we'll have a lot of good industry over in Hillshire Farms.
Um, hold on. I gotta pull chat up again because I pulled up the. Oh wait, I can just use this clever back arrow here.
There you go. What was I going to say? A conforming. Yeah, so we're going to do a conforming grid. So you want to make the grid kind of, since I have a curve here, you want to kind of make the grid go like that. So that is what planners have asked us to do, if that makes any kind of sense to you.
Yeah. Doggo was rapping about utility facilities. Heck, even bus and or taxi depot too. Cities follow the new city skylines.
Well, Harley, interestingly enough, Scott is doing like a new Vegas um, map, isn't he? Aren't you,
Is
buddy?
that right, Scott?
I thought Scott was leaving. Did he stay around?
I think he's still there. I don't know.
Oh,
I can't
cool.
check who's watching.
Yeah, I can. I can see how many people are watching, but not necessarily.
Yeah, I wish YouTube would give us that, participants.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Harley, Jack, and Scott are still there. So 5 watching now. I
Oh,
guess
you
that's
got it.
me.
I am here, he says. Okay. Yeah, so Harley, if you want to go check out Scott, and Scott, you're welcome to put a link in here, or if you can't, let me know and I will.
Yes, he is doing a Las Vegas map, is what he said,
No, it's not a loss. I thought it was New Vegas.
but not
Neo
far.
Vegas. That's what
Okay,
it's called. Oh, yeah,
so
we came to a deal.
mm,
Oh, I didn't know we were willing and dealing.
mm, I didn't even know this was happening.
All right, well, let's take this opportunity to plug. So, if you are interested in joining this, we still can bring people into it. Um, let's invite people. Set this invite to never expire, and let's copy this and go over to this and do that and paste and enter. So, discord.gg/C as in Charlie, D as in dog, T as in Tom, 7SAG. That will get you to the Discord server. Make sure you read the pinned rules and how everything works. And if you agree to all of those rules and everything, then we can get you on in here. We'll assign you to a team, and you'll be able to join in on the fun.
So that's our Discord server. This is artist's Discord server.
Yes, that
Excuse
is
me.
correct.
I'm trying to keep quiet because I think my dad is still asleep.
Oh, that's okay. We can hear you really well, actually.
All
At least
right.
I can.
Well, yeah, my mic is very close to my face.
Cool
Um,
deal. So next round will be so we'll have this will be built up more because obviously Condago, and then we'll have some of the other members of my team come on and finish this up, and then Hillshire Farms will be our round two. Before then, Team Two, which is headed by Scott, who's been on the chat, will start over here at Deep Lake side, and I believe they're going to be adding in a road right here somewhere as well, or something like that. But
quick question.
yeah,
So, what do you use to stream, like to screen record your streams? Because
OBS
yeah, I've tried to use OBS before, but I've always had problems with it trying to use editors and all that.
editors, huh?
Like yeah, like editing software to make actual like gameplay videos instead of just live streams.
Oh yeah, so I don't use it to edit. I simply capture it and I just capture it into an MP4 format. When I so this is just a live stream, so this it just goes up onto the internet and it is what it is. There's no editing. You make a mistake or you go too long, that is what it is. But when I do like my podcast, Mars Talk, I'll use the same software to record. So I'm actually recording a Zoom meeting, which is very similar to the Google Hangouts that you and I are using right now. And
Mm.
then I will use another free application called DaVinci Resolve to actually edit it. DaVinci Resolve you can just download. There's a paid version, but you can get a free roll version, and it's pretty robust for a free roll version. Everything that I've done to this point has been the free roll version, and you can, and it's a non-linear editor too, so you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. You just Google how to do it and learn it. I also have Illustrator and Photoshop, which help me make images to put into DaVinci Resolve to be able to, make an overlay that says Mars Talk, presented by the Mars Society, and have our names and stuff on there.
Mm.
A little bit easier. But besides that, you could do that with Paint, I imagine. You just got
Yeah,
to be able to save something with transparency to make a hole where you want the video to pop through it or something like that.
yeah, because I've been trying to figure out how to screen record for like a few days now.
Well, if you'd like, so those are that's the software that I use. OBS right now it's 23.2.1, and then DaVinci Resolve. You just go to their website and download it to do the editing. And when you output it out of DaVinci Resolve, you just got to make sure that you don't have to, but for YouTube, the best way to output it is as an MP4.
Okay, so
And you want to check your settings, and if you want some help with that, you just let me know, and I'll
it's free
help you where
too
I can.
because I don't have money, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, this is all free. I've paid. I say that my Photoshop and Illustrator I paid for a long time ago, and it's old versions. It's like CS5. But besides that, everything that I've talked about is free, 100% free.
Okay, I need to get the asset list real quick.
Well, Scott just posted, I think, in the general chat for Czardonia, that he had made it. So all you got to do is go to the
Yeah,
collection there, and they're all right there.
I need to copy and paste that to Steam.
Okay, so for all those that are going to be part of the teams, when we save, we're going to save the game, and it's going to need to be first round number. Round number. Round one, and actually instead of putting round, let's just do R1 dash T1. And then because this is not the final one, so whoever has to save last before it uploads it for Team 2 to take over, this is exactly what it needs to look like. Czardonia R1-T1. But for Yukon Doggo, I'm going to also do dash. Ooh, I pushed the wrong thing. I
Goodness.
pushed settings instead of dash.
Yeah,
You put dash and then A, and then for when you save it for the next person on our team, you'll
dash.
just change that A to a B,
And I
and
think
then that person will change it to a C, etc. Until whoever's last and is uploading it to the server for Team 2, they just delete the dash A or whatever letter they're on to make it R1 dash Team 1.
yeah, and I need to find a.
I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry. I was just looking to see if I could get to my saves quicker.
Oh, well, I just, so if I bring up my File Explorer here, I have a Windows computer. Obviously, if this is Apple,
Yeah.
then I can't help you. And I just have it saved as a favorite here. So wherever you navigate to, let's say you wanted to go to your documents, and then you wanted to go to Rockstar Games. I don't know. And you want to be able to go into GTA 5, this folder for some reason all the time. Then all you got to do is right click here, I believe, or maybe you just actually click on it up here and drag it, and then it'll put it into your quick access here and pin it there.
Yeah,
And
I
then I
don't.
can.
I have Windows 7, not 10, so.
Some of that functionality should, because this is, I think this goes back to XP. If not, I know they had something like it in Windows 7. It should be something similar if it's not the same.
Yeah, I'm. I'll figure it out.
Okay, cool beans. So
All
speaking
right.
of that, though, I'm going to go to the saves, take this. I'm going to copy it, and actually I'll just hold that there. And I'm going to get a new tab here in Google. Oh, I didn't want to go full screen there. Here, I'll go
Whoops.
half screen, halfsies. Okay, and then I have my bookmark for the Czardonia saves.
I
Right,
need
and so
to
there's ours the round 0, which is the save that I just started. But instead of saving it in the master turn folder, we're going to go back to CB3, and we're going to go to the Team 1 turn folder. Whoever has this save last needs to save it in the master turn folder without the little letter at the end for Team 2 to get. But then for just inter-team exchanging, we'll save it here. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm uploading that as we speak.
And I'll need a link to that Google Drive so I can bookmark it real quick. And then maybe, if OBS will behave, maybe I could even live stream. Although I don't think anyone would join, seeing as it would be 10 to 11 o'clock your guys' time.
I will definitely join and know that it's 10 and 11 o'clock for me and Jardis, and I think Darth Yoda. But Nuki Duke and Painted Heptagon, they are in Europe. So they
Yeah.
are like, what, 11 and 12 hours difference? So, that's like 10 11 a.m. for them. Something like that. I don't know.
I think that would be like Middle Europe, around maybe even Asia.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Um,
I'm making numbers up, so don't
yeah,
listen to my math. That's dangerous. So I'll copy this link for you though.
yeah, it's 6 in the morning in Sydney right now. Interestingly enough,
Okay.
and it is 9:09 in London.
Cool. Oh my god, Discord. That's what I'm looking for.
Works the
Okay.
same way.
Let's see here.
Never go full screen. Just don't. Blinded.
So I sent you a link there,
All right.
and then I'm
I've got
also
it.
going to just post it in general here,
All right.
just in case people need it. And
Bookmarks. Bookmark
and it
this.
should also be in the document if nowhere else. Go to the document and you can find that link as well. All right, guys, that's it for the stream. Thank you so much for watching and listening and hanging out with us.
Thank you for letting me join.
Jack Daniel says he should still be up because he works like I don't know, about 40 hours a day, and he works in a little booth so he can watch streams while he's doing that job.
Mhm. Yeah. But if I can figure out how to do it, then I will definitely try and stream. So
Okay, well, make sure you
thank you
you
for
hit
joining
hit
us,
a
Scott.
line on Discord so that we can. I will definitely join. I'll make sure to stay up.
If it behaves, I'll let you know on Discord. If not, then oh well. I'll just have to build.
Yeah,
I
I'll
just
just be
recently
playing
cleared
some.
my asset list, so
Yeah, no worries.
so the
I'll just play my own game.
DLC I need to get rid of. I can't have industries, and I think that's it. Match day and pearls from the east are good, right?
Pearls from the East, no. Match Day is a required one, yes.
Match day is okay. So no
Yeah.
pearls from the east and
So
no.
here's what you know how to do all that, right?
Yeah, you just hit the check and then it'll uninstall.
Right. Yeah, I know, Harley. When I say 40 hours a day, I was being. It was a lame joke. It wasn't meant to be that like laugh out loud funny, but it was a joke.
It was a joke,
Yeah.
and how much people work sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But Jack Daniel's saying he's on the weekend, so he's home.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show because you know, but not everybody else does. So here's what I do to change out my DLC. So I'm gonna go to Steam. I'm gonna go to my library. Okay. I'm gonna go to City Skylines. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna go down to Properties. I'm gonna go. There's several tabs here. I'm gonna go to the DLC tab, and you can see this too. Just if it's checked here, then check it. If it's not checked here, make sure it is not checked on yours. Okay.
Okay.
Because this is currently the correct setup. So we want After Dark, no Campus, no Chelsea, no other content creator packs. You don't want Barcelona. You do want Green Cities, however.
So no
No
industry,
Industries.
no pearls from the east.
Correct.
So
We
we
do
want
want Mass Transit. We do want Match Day. No natural disasters.
no natural
Uh,
disasters.
no natural disasters.
Okay.
But you do want Park Life and Snowfall.
So After Dark, Green Cities, Mass Transit, Match Day, Park Life, and Snowfall.
Yeah. Oh, and so what Jack Daniels is saying is you can do it right here as well. Just instead of right clicking and going to
Yeah,
properties, you could just do it right here, and
it's just easier to
that
do.
does work the same. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I'm old school, so I do it the old way that I've always learned it. But anyway, so that's how you do it.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, and thanks Condago for coming on and hanging out with me.
Thank.
Every time I stream, you are welcome on, buddy.
All right. Hopefully, maybe next time we'll have more than just me joining in the voice chat.
I would like that very much. I'm only gonna bring on team members, I think, for that, and possibly Scott if he wanted to come on. But besides
Mm-hmm.
that, we'll keep it to just team members.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, guys, y'all have a good day. Talk to y'all later.
Goodbye.
Bye.